Hey guys, it's Kevin again. Welcome back to my channel. I have a book that I have been working on for an altered junk journal book. And as you can see, it's an old children's book called Nora and Mrs. Mind Your Own Business. And on the back of the cover, I actually stamped my favorite Mickey and Pluto, I guess that is. Anyway, thank you, Debbie Davis, for that stamp. And then I have a couple of other stamps that I got. One that says, "Life is not about the number of breaths you take, it's about the moments that take your breath away." And then a religious stamp down here. "Ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and the door will be open to you." And as you can see, I used an old weekly reader book. A lot of you from school days may remember the weekly readers. I left most of this book kind of intact and just kind of embellished it and added some different things to it. So currently doing this I have a couple of swaps that I'm individually swapping with some folks. So I'm not sure which one will actually get this particular journal, but I will figure it out. So here we go. First one on the cover here, you can just see a vintage car that I made into a pocket with a vintage postcard that I'm not sure where that came from. And then I have a vintage photo, and I've done a little frame around the photo. And then of course, turn the page and I've got some crosses, one that says peace, one that says joy, and then a little sticker that says all you need is faith. When you turn over to the next page, I have a pocket and then an older kind of embellished letter or note taking or something from somewhere. And then the receiver can also write on the particular vintage paper here. See if I can stick that back in there. There we go. I used a lot of distressed ink on my pages. Hopefully you can tell. I used a variety of different colors. If you'll notice down here, it says the copyright of this book was 1977. I have another pocket here with several tags for writing purposes. You'll notice in this particular journal, I've included several things such as journaling cards and little journaling notebooks that the individual will be able to write on, as there's not really any specific amount of journaling spaces within this particular book. And I didn't alter, other than distressed ink, I didn't alter any of the pages of this particular story. I may have actually covered up some words with like a pocket or something like that, but for the most part, I did not alter the actual use of the words and stuff in this book. Here's a little writing card that I put in here just so the person could write. Just some little hearts right there. Did a couple of little writing spaces on these pages, kind of with the distressed ink behind them. Another distressed ink page. This page, I had actually found a poem that was about family that I really liked, and if you read between the other words, you can kind of figure out what it's saying. I made the mistake when I was applying it to the page that I applied it to a page with writing already on it, so that didn't help it any. But after all, this is a junk journal, so have a coloring page here that I've included. Some different stickers about life and everyday moments. Corner pocket with a couple different little tag things there. Some more stickers. Little pocket there with like a little bookmark that you can actually write on. And then there's also a homemade envelope that you can actually open up and actually use the different pages of it to actually write on. There are actually 2 of these throughout the journal, and these were made by, or at least sent to me by, Peggy Sue Jackson, so I'm assuming that she made them. Thank you so much, Peggy, for the use of those envelopes. Just some more stickers, a little pocket with a couple of more writing things in them, a journaling card, a little charm, maybe, I'm not sure what you would call it, that says believe. This video, it's amazing how it takes a while. The videos just seem, the time just kind of flies by. I mean, I'm already 7 minutes into this thing and not even through. Another vintage photo, some pictures from the actual book, more pictures from the actual book, kind of a belly tuck with some different note cards and stuff in it to where they can write. This was initially going to be a pocket just because I liked the way it looked. But unfortunately, when I was gluing it down, I glued all 4 sides, so it didn't turn out as a pocket. Some more stickers, just some different stickers that I had that I added to it. Here's another pocket with some different journaling cards, and one of the first little notebooks that's in here. Life is fragile, handle with prayer. And then when you open it up, of course, there's different little spaces where you can write. Stick that back in there. Couple of the pages of this book, as you can kind of tell right here, was already tore, so I didn't do anything specifically to that. I had to include the Mickey stamp again, just because I love it so much. So Mickey has kind of become my signature for my journals. I usually include that one particular stamp somewhere in all of my journals. This was just a little thing that someone had sent to me. I think this also came from Peggy Jackson in some embellishments that she had sent. It says, money often costs too much. And that was stated by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Different little stamps that I had done throughout some of the pages. Like there's miracles happen to those who believe. Another pocket, and this pocket, instead of gluing this pocket, I actually used washi tape. And then I stamped one of my favorite little sayings on there. And then there's a little Mickey journal card or journal book in here where you can actually do some writing. And then there's the other envelope that I got from Peggy that you can actually open up and do some journaling on. And let's see, and then just some distressed ink pages. Couple of note cards to where you can write on the back of the note cards. kind of from some vintage paper that I had. Another little tuck spot. You've got a card you can write on, as well as a little tag. And then I have an altered paper clip, which I also believe came from some stuff that Peggy sent. Another tuck spot with 3 or 4 different tags in it. An envelope that I didn't put anything in. I figured the recipient could put what they wanted in this envelope. But I received this today in a package from Sherry, and I would never be able to say her last name, so I'm not even going to try. A little pocket angel right here is kind of a little paper holder, I guess, and it tells about it on the back of it, and that also came from Peggy Sue Jackson. As you can see, I try to the stuff that I get from others, I try to use and implement it into my work, and I'm very appreciative of the things that they send and the graciousness of their hearts. And then lastly, we close again with Mickey. I have an envelope here that has some different journaling cards in them, library card, couple of different little things, and I'll add a couple of more little things to that particular pocket. And then lastly, another vintage photo, and then of course you come to the back of the book. I hope you guys enjoyed. This was the first journal that I've actually